probably guess what we're talking about. Move back, come on. You guys should really like be interested in this because I don't know, it can spark an interest that some of you don't like know about or like haven't heard about yet. And who knows, maybe you guys have been idolizing like the wrong people. I don't know, just saying. But yeah, these suppose are the sport. I am credible to talk about this because I have done my extensive research. I have gotten my sources from credible sites, ESPN, all that good stuff. Basketball is one of the hardest sports in the world. I will first talk about how basketball in skill level, and then I will then talk about in basketball in athleticism, and finally I will talk about in like basketball in availability. I have now talked about how I will organize myself, and now I will talk about the skill level of basketball. Okay, basketball is one of the sports that requires the most skill level. There's so much technique in it that it's not possible for me to talk about it in one class period. So many aspects that go into it. There's like muscle memory, because when you're gonna shoot like a shot, you're gonna go up and there's somebody guarding you. You're not gonna think about, oh, like what am I gonna do? Like how much things I'm gonna put into it, how much art, you know? It's just muscle memory. Comes like any other sport, comes to you at the time, and then you just like, you know, it happens. And there's so much constant training that needs to happen in order to be a good basketball player. Like, you guys don't know how much like training you guys possibly need. It's unbelievable. The exercise, not just like exercising, but eating healthy, you know, what you put into yourself is what you're gonna get out. And and the exposure to the sport is really important. You know, they say if you want to become a good basketball player, you have to sleep with the basketball in a sense, because just like, you know, you get the feeling of it. And Peter Davis, a reporter for ESPN in 2009, said, basketball is the 4th toughest sport in the world. Like, it's been, like, they did a study on it. It's the 4th hardest sport in the entire world. And right here, you're able to see which one's the first one. Obviously, you guys wouldn't probably guess this one, but boxing is the hardest sport in the world, statistically speaking. And it's hockey, ice hockey, football, and then basketball. I didn't really get this one too much. I thought basketball would be ahead of football at least. I mean, I know ice hockey is really hard. Because come on, you're on ice. How hard can that get, you know? But yeah, this just shows all the sports according to like difficulty level. Taking into consideration endurance, you know, strength, power, speed, those aspects. Okay, I have not talked about the skill level in basketball, and how much skill you actually need to become a good player. Now I'll talk about the athleticism in it. Okay. Basketball is one of the sports, actually it is the sport that requires the most athleticism. There's been a study on it. It's just incredible how much like athleticism you need to actually like play professionally. Like Russell Westbrook, take it right here. He's like 6'4". He's like this height, and he's able to like dunk over like 7-footers. That's huge. The big people, you know, big boys. Well, the amount of speed you need in basketball, well, speed kills, you know, in anything. Especially in basketball, you're able to go by people, you know. Okay, height is extremely important in basketball. It's not every aspect of it, but it is important because it's the sport where, you know, the goal of your target is up, not like flat or like in front of you. And the jumping ability matters. He gets up like 46 inches off the ground, you know, standing straight up. That's a lot. Almost 4 feet. Rachel Now, a reporter for Livestrong 2014, said, "Height accompanies other important features for a basketball player. The average height in the NBA is 6'7". It's taller than me, and that's the average. The average height in college is 6'3", spikes up drastically. Okay. I have now talked about how athleticism affects basketball, and now I'll talk about how the availability affects it. Okay, basketball is a widely played sport. There's in the NBA, people come from all over the world. In the EuroLeague, people go over there. If they don't make it in the NBA, it's not less competition, but it's different playing style. There's so many things about basketball that little kids dream about playing in it. Lee Jones, a reporter in 1996, said, "The most important representation of basketball is the children and the dreams of it." So many children have dreams about playing in big leagues, but in reality, because statistics for men's basketball, there's that many high school players, only that many 3.4 will play in actually college, and 3.1 of those, 1.2 of those 3.1 will actually be drafted into the NBA. It's really tough. And of course, this is only for men's basketball. Women's basketball is different because less people, in a sense, play women's basketball because women aren't really interested in playing in it. Kind of. More women go into soccer because the USA has an amazing soccer team. Okay. I have now talked about how availability affects the game, and now I will review what I have said. Basketball is a harder sport to play. The skill level, athleticism, and availability affect every aspect of the game. Even though it's the hardest sport to play, one of the hardest sports to play, actually, it doesn't stop people from wanting to achieve that dream of playing in the big leagues. And there's just so much competition, and that's why I think basketball is one of the hardest sports in the world. Thank you.